Hi there, it's Donovan, and welcome back to the special hour, episode 18. It is now a legal adult and can vote. Actually, can you vote at 16? I forget. I think it's 18.
It's definitely not 16, but okay.
You can drive at 16, which is a funny concept. But anyways, I'm your host, DonovanDud, with my other co-host, MrDean.
What's up, everyone? It is MrDean, like Donovan just said. Yes, we are officially a legal age podcast, which is crazy. So, pretty soon, whenever we hit 21, we'll be able to not get drunk because we endorse drinking responsibly on a special hour, but that would still be a possibility. But we're not there yet.
We'll have a segment called the Happy Hour.
The Happy Hour, yes.
Insanely drunk.
That would be really fun.
But anyways, how has your week been?
My week has been pretty good. I had some student org event related stuff. I've been a family lead for the org I'm in, so I've been working with mentees with some interview prep, elevator pitch stuff, all that kind of fun jargon that would probably bore the listeners on the podcast, so I won't go too deep into it. And then there's been a lot of news over this past week that we will get into. So this is going to be a pretty jam-packed episode. But before we get into that, Donovan, what have you been up to this past week?
Low-key, I've been a bum. But other than being a bum, my architecture studio group, we've all agreed with our professor, if we dress up, we get to leave class earlier than usual. So I did have a partial costume, but now it looks like some people are dressing fully up and they are peer pressuring all of us to fully dress up too. So I'm like, oh crap, I gotta find something.
You should send me a picture of that, so that way whenever we're editing this, we can throw that on screen.
Horrid. You see, I was ordering a Batman cowl. It was very cheap, and that should have been a red flag. It looked terrible, so I returned to Amazon. No. So I'll be reverting back to my old Batman mask from 2012 that does not fit me anymore. I have 2-year-old black eye makeup from 2 years ago from one of my films that I made. I have a sword, and I'm Asian, so I could be Samurai Batman. So because I don't have an actual Batman costume anymore, we'll figure it out.
Okay. Cool. Mm-hmm. So before we do get into everything, let's go ahead and talk about our special selects. This week I actually do have multiple. This is groundbreaking because usually I either have nothing or I barely, really played a game. But this past week, I completely played through Donkey Kong Country Returns. I've beaten the game multiple times. I didn't have footage of it, so I was like, you know what? I'll play the Switch remake. And I forgot about how fun that game is. I'm going to be so honest. I already loved the original trilogy on the Super Nintendo. I played Donkey Kong Country Returns so many times growing up, but I just think that the way they balance the difficulty is so spot on, and it's honestly, I think pacing-wise, it is maybe my favorite in the entire franchise. I think that they pretty much nailed the level design. Every level has its own unique feel. It never gets boring or stale. It has that rhythmic platforming that the series is known for, and it feels incredibly tight. And of course, compared to the Wii original, they kind of fixed up a lot of the motion controls that made the Wii version very annoying to play at certain times. So overall, I think Donkey Kong Country Returns is great. I'm definitely going to be making a video on the main channel at some point soon, so little shameless plug there. And then on top of that, I mentioned in the last episode I was playing Mario Golf. I have played more of it, and my opinions are basically the same as what I was saying before. There are aspects of that game that piss me off, specifically the process to unlocking characters is really stupid and grindy for anyone that has not played the original. Basically, you have to play an entire 18 round against a pretty difficult CPU one by one just to unlock the full roster of characters, half of which are original creations by Camelot, and none of those characters are entered. Yes, just random ass characters that have nothing to do with the Mario universe. I couldn't even tell you one of their names because they're all so boring. And you know what's crazy is whenever you first play the game, Mario isn't even playable. The only playable characters.
What is this, Mario Kart Tour?
Pretty much, yeah. It's you start out with 4 characters. I think it's Peach, Baby Mario, and then 2 Camelot characters or something like that. Aside from that, though, honestly, I think the game it's fun. I wouldn't consider it a must play or anything, but like if you're looking for a more difficult Mario Golf experience, where for the most part the controls have held up, the graphics are a little wonky even for an N64 game, and it definitely is difficult because unlike future iterations, it doesn't fully tell you like exactly where your shot's gonna go, and timing it's a little bit more difficult because there's a delay. Overall, I still think it's kind of fun. And then right now, I'm starting to replay Kirby's Return to Dreamland, the second best Kirby game on the Wii. So Okay. But I'll talk more about that next week though, because I just started. So, What have you been playing, Donovan?
So I didn't buy Pokemon Legends ZA. If I did, that's what I would have been playing. But due to mixed reception, I'm like, you know what? Maybe I'll just pass. The next game that I want to play is Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment, which comes out next week. So in the meantime, I've been basically just beating games off of my bucket list, but now like I just kind of like finished them all. So now I'm just preparing for Age of Imprisonment. So I've been doing my second playthrough of Tears of the Kingdom. I started this back in like June, so I've just been continuing the second playthrough. Yeah, I'd still say like Tears of the Kingdom is, if not maybe my favorite game of all time, and just re-exploring Hyrule once again. Like I find myself at 2 a.m. in the morning just wanting to go to sleep, but there's just so much to do. There's so many things to get sidetracked off of your main objective. It's just such a lively world to just dive back into. I do still think the story is a little bit weak. Funny story with the cutscenes. So my first cutscene that I discovered was where Zelda gets first transported back in time. And then the second cutscene I found was one of the most important characters of the story just immediately dying. So yeah, that's still a little bit wonky. I don't know why Nintendo did that, but still been enjoying it, and can't wait for some lore revelations maybe in Age of Imprisonment that comes out next week.
Donovan, I don't understand though, because I watched a 3-hour-long video telling me that I'm not allowed to like Tears of the Kingdom.
That it sucks.
Yeah, so so you're saying
clearly,
it's good?
Whatever I'm saying is utter bullshit, because I haven't made a 3-hour-long video.
Yeah, it's just like, I thought I wasn't allowed to like the games. This is revolutionary.
No. You can't. It's actually against the law. You're actually hurting the gaming industry if you even like the game. So really, I should be. I'm walking on like eggshells right now.
Yeah. Okay. So we have 5 actually really good topics today. Like usually we have at least one that's like bullshit. But no, like all 5 of these are pretty good. So first up, this one's not good. This is more annoying that I'm having to talk about it, but it's fucking EA. That's all I can say. So I mentioned this on the podcast a few episodes. I don't know when, maybe like 10 episodes ago or so, but originally it was announced that EA was remastering Plants vs. Zombies with Replanted, and it was coming to the Switch, it was coming to PC, and it was supposed to be like a definitive edition of the Game of the Year version of Plants vs. Zombies that we had before. They promised to give it widescreen support, full HD. They were finally going to add the multiplayer mode that was originally exclusive to the Xbox 360 version of Plants vs. Zombies, and then they were going to have small other little updates. They were going to add concept art, and all of that is bullshit. If you haven't seen the outcry
Really?
so far,
is that not coming?
Oh well, okay. Here's the thing, Donovan. So I could go one by one and break apart this game, and some of it some specific things have been patched with the very, like, I don't know if it was day one, but it was like right after release. But a lot of this hasn't even been addressed. But for the first part, so basically, they added concept art, but in reality, basically none of this concept art was even originally from, the development of Plants vs. Zombies. Essentially, they created fake concept art, or supposedly that's the case, which that's kind of shitty. They use AI upscaling for the game, which, of course, it isn't confirmed whether or not any generative AI was used. The fact that a multi-billion-dollar corporation needed to use AI upscaling on a fucking indie game that was like a small team of however many people, not even like dozens of people, I think, worked on the original with PopCap. So EA, it just feels like they put very little care into this. There's so many bugs. I specifically would urge people not to get the Switch version of this game, unless I don't believe it's been patched out. If it has, in post, I'll put it on screen. But supposedly, they made it so the mouse controls and the touch controls literally are broken and don't work properly. Everything about this game is just worse than the original. Even the music is worse. Essentially, they removed the dynamic audio. Originally, like the overworld, it would just be like pianos, and then the drums would kick in as the waves progressed. And then with Replanted, they just removed all of that and made it so the song just immediately goes in. So they couldn't even keep the original vision of the indie team from 15 or so years ago alive. This is just another example of EA being a fucking shitty company. And yeah, that's my rant about Plants vs. Zombies Replanted. So
it's going to sound like deja vu, but it just reminds me of Halo, the Master Chief Collection, or GTA, the Trilogy, the Definitive Edition, where they're remastering old-ass games, and they somehow drop the ball. Nothing new, but it's unfortunate that it's nothing new.
Yeah, it's a poorly made remaster that not only is objectively worse than the original, due to bugs and all that kind of stuff, but it shits on the passion that went into the original game and turns a lot of it into, just like feeling like a cash grab. Like the whole thing really is a cash grab. It's $20, and even then, like, what's crazy is the file size went like 15 times higher than the Game of the Year edition. Like, I think the file size of Replanted is like 1.5 gigabytes or something, and the original was like 100 megabytes, or like it was something tiny like that. Okay, so we had some audio problems. Donovan.
I think throughout the entire podcast, 18 episodes, I think I have been called maybe almost 10 times throughout all these 18 episodes. I think this might be approaching number 10, and I'm so sorry.
Okay, so yeah, we have Mr. Popular on the show, so I apologize to everyone listening that they had to deal with this. But anyway, so we were originally talking about Plants vs. Zombies and how neither of us are game development experts. So if anyone is, getting furious, already becoming a keyboard warrior in the comments, being like, actually, it's difficult to not use AI upscaling because they don't have the original project files, like, whatever, let us know. I'll happily take the L on that one if I am incorrect, but I don't know. I just find it funny that a multi-billion-dollar corporation, and one known for being kind of shitty, is, being behind this re-release. But yes, but we can move on to something that's a little bit more optimistic and happy. Let's talk about Luigi's Mansion, the greatest Nintendo horror series. So yeah, Luigi's Mansion is finally going to be coming to GameCube NSO. So for the first time, you will be able to play all 3 Luigi's Mansion games on the Nintendo Switch. That was a marathon for me to talk through, but okay. I just yapped a lot about Plants vs. Zombies, so Donovan, take it away with Luigi's Mansion.
Mm-hmm. I just find it funny for the trailer. It is Luigi's Mansion on Nintendo GameCube, Nintendo Classics, only on Nintendo Switch 2, only for Nintendo Switch Online plus expansion pack members. So there's a couple of roadblocks to get to Luigi's Mansion, but if you do subscribe to the expansion pack, yeah, you do have every single Luigi's Mansion game. You have the entire trilogy now on Nintendo Switch 2, and as you were saying, yeah, this is a pretty underrated trilogy. It just reminds me of a shameless plug, but the journey of Luigi's Mansion from that little, just underwhelming, honestly, but well-beloved today, but underwhelming at the time, launch title for the GameCube, and then it turned into a beloved classic, and then it turned into a very influential and popular trilogy for Nintendo. It is a tentpole franchise. Thinking about Luigi's Mansion 3, that sold gangbusters. That was, I believe, 14 million pieces, which is more than Splatoon 2, Splatoon 3, Kirby definitely Metroid, Pikmin, Fire Emblem.
So is what you're saying? Yes. So whenever we were talking about the big three or big four of Nintendo, what you're saying is that Luigi holding a poltergeist should be up there.
Yeah, honestly, he should be up there.
All right, I can get behind that.
But they merged him with Mario. Mario, of course, overshadowing his green brother. But you know what's funny? Ever heard of the game Ring Fit Adventure?
How many units did that sell?
I think that sold either 15 or 16 million. So more than Luigi's Mansion 3. That game, for some reason, is a juggernaut on
Okay, wait, whoa. I will not tolerate Ring Fit Adventure slander on this channel, Donovan.
I'm not slandering it. It's surprising. I can't wait for
it is surprising. But it is actually kind of a good game. I personally fuck with Ring Fit Adventure. It actually is a pretty fun game. I had it. I lost the ring attachment that you actually is the whole point, because it provides resistance for giving you a workout. So I guess in theory I could play it. It just wouldn't really. It would defeat the whole purpose. So yeah. But anyway, Luigi's Mansion, the original is effectively a masterpiece in my eyes. The only thing I wish was different is that it was longer, but even then it is so damn replayable because of the collectibles and the whole ability to, get a bigger and bigger mansion each time you play at the end of the game, and they just created it with such an arcadey philosophy with the design. And yeah, the original on GameCube, such a must play, and I'm happy that more people will be able to access it. Originally, I said this before, and I'm going to give you deja vu again because, but we originally had Luigi's Mansion on a 3DS, and the 3DS version released after the Switch came out. So we should have just had it on the Switch in the first place, but that's neither here nor there. At least we have it now. So yeah.
When Luigi's Mansion released for the Nintendo 3DS, that was in 2018. Nintendo was busy re-releasing old ass NES games for the billionth time. So we were as on the 3DS we had Luigi's Mansion. On the Switch we were getting a re-release of Clu Clu Land. So.
I was literally about to make a joke about Clu Clu Land. Fuck.
Clu Clu Land is just a punching bag now.
Yeah. No, but wait, but you don't want to play Ice Climbers again on the NES? Oh. What about NES Golf?
Oh, what about soccer? Oh no.
Oh, no, my favorite's baseball. Okay. Yeah, anyway, enough NES game slander.
Thoughts on Luigi's Mansion 2 HD?
So I never really played Dark Moon on the 3DS before playing 2 HD, so I can't really comment on how it acts as a remaster. I know you're not as big of a fan of the remaster itself. In terms of the actual game, I do like it more after playing it. I was always kind of deterred by the fact that it's very linear and level-based versus the more just you just kind of play through the game of the original. I don't mind it though. I still find it fun. I've played 2 HD multiple times now, and I still do need to make a video on it. Shameless plug, but one day I'll get around to doing that. I definitely don't think it's as good as the original or 3, so it's kind of sandwiched between two more fun games.
The awkward middle child.
Yeah, but I still think it's fun. I respect it. So
I played Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon a very long time ago on the Nintendo 3DS. At the time, I was I was a little kid, but from what I remember, I liked the game. I think it's a solid 7. There's nothing wrong with a 7, but I think 1 and 3 are just more seamless experiences, because with 2, its mission-based structure kind of makes the whole experience a little bit more choppy. And that is especially felt within exploration and backtracking. It feels repetitive and sometimes annoying. And I played Luigi's Mansion 1 at first on the 3DS. That port, I never played the GameCube version, so I had nothing to compare it to. But I had a fun time with that, and I just felt it was a much more seamless experience compared to Dark Moon. And then for 3, the whole hotel structure I think was really great, and it went deeper into the cartoony style that Dark Moon first introduced. but I think 3. I like the vibes of 3 just a little bit more. It just looks
incredible.
It looks incredible. One of the best looking Nintendo Switch games. But for 2 HD, I didn't buy 2 HD because I felt I already have the 3DS version. Why do I need 2 HD? The only reason I would get 2 HD is because my friend Snowy, hi Snowy, Snowy would really, really want us to play Scarescraper on 2 HD on modern hardware.
Okay, so my fucking co-host Donovan, I hate this guy. He had someone call him again. I love you, Donovan, but I hate you at the same time right now. Okay, so
I love you too.
Okay, so where were we? So I was gonna bring up a quote that Donovan said. What was it? The first time before he fucked up the recording, and I just wanted to. I can't do this. But I wanted to bring this up because I thought that what you said was really goofy, and I wanted to make sure it was documented. I believe your exact words were, "Whoever created this deserves the greatest head of all time." I forgot what that was in reference to.
It was in reference to the vacuum like sound effects when you like latch onto a ghost and start sucking them up.
Sucking.
So anyways, whoever the sound designer is.
So you're saying that whoever the sound designer is should get sucked even better than like the ghost.
Even better.
Okay. Well, that's lovely and very wholesome of you to bring up on the show. That's what I like about the special hour.
That's the joys of Deja Vu.
It's we get to be a lovely forum where we can have an open discussion and, let those in, because usually they say don't say the intrusive thoughts. Donovan just said whatever the fuck came to his head. And, I hope that the original creators of Luigi's Mansion one day stumble upon this show.
Am I wrong? Are those sound effects not?
They are good. Amazing? I agree. They are really good. Okay, so do you want to go ahead and just kind of move on from Luigi's Mansion? Because
we could talk about, as I think we talked about this earlier, Pokemon Legends ZA.
Oh boy. Okay.
There have been some I don't think they're record-breaking numbers, but they're very impressive numbers. Within, was it first week or first 2 weeks, the game has sold around 5 to 6 million pieces, both on Nintendo Switch and Nintendo Switch 2. Thoughts on this?
Yeah, so I just want to go and once again preface this by saying I am the furthest thing from a solidified Pokemon fan. I know the basics. I know a little bit about what generally fans like about certain games, but I feel like I'm far from being qualified to really give a deep dive analytical take on Legends ZA. All I do know is that gameplay good, graphics bad, price bad. That's the general consensus about it. So Donovan, since you know more than I do, I'll let you take it away.
Mm-hmm. Initially, I brought this up while I'm playing Tears of the Kingdom, but I was initially excited for Legends ZA. My favorite Pokemon game is probably Pokemon Legends Arceus. I'm not the biggest Pokemon fan, but Legends Arceus really encapsulated me with its whole gameplay loop of catching them all. Just exploring the 3 regions and just catching Pokemon in real time felt so immersive and fun. Like, I was having fun in a Pokemon game. I'm like, damn, that I never thought I'd say this, but I'm having a great time and I don't want it to stop. So I really enjoyed Legends Arceus, and Legends ZA felt like an extension of Arceus. Unfortunately, I learned the truth that the entire world map is not the entire region. It is just Lumio City. It is just the giant circular pizza. It is the same buildings repeated over and over again on a very small map, where the only places that you can catch Pokemon are in the wild zones, which are tiny little pockets in the entire city, which range from a big-ish park to maybe an alleyway. It just feels very restricted and a little bit uninspired for a city setting. It just didn't look like a fun place to catch Pokemon. So I feel like the game kind of lost me there, and I'm seeing the controversies. Seashells by the seashore. But the buildings, they look like crap. Some buildings are even floating. Dialogue goes on forever. There's still no voice acting despite the amazing animations. There's just the tutorial I hear takes like 1 to 2 hours.
Yeah, wait. So what is up? What is up with Nintendo being allergic to voice acting? Because aside from
I don't think it's Nintendo. I think this has been a Pokemon problem ever since like.
Yeah, but even
there's a really funny
Nintendo. Yeah. Aside from like Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, they don't really do voice acting. Period. I mean
their latest example is Donkey Kong Bonanza. Sure, the animals speak gibberish, but they speak in their own languages.
Okay, maybe I am tripping.
It's made up gibberish.
So okay, maybe this is more of a Pokemon problem than a Nintendo problem.
For Pokemon Sword and Shield, I remember there was a whole I think singing sequence where it is completely silent, other than like the squeaks of people's shoes and like background noise, like but the guy singing. Nothing is coming out of his mouth. You just gotta imagine what it sounds like. So I don't know why they didn't include voice acting in Scarlet and Violet. It was definitely needed for Legend ZA with its more advanced animations. Like they have sound effects for everything, like clothes ruffling, shoes squeaking, the wind, music, but no voice acting. It's so strange. And it's just like the little things for Legend ZA, they kind of add up for me, where I'm like, maybe I'll just pass and wait for Gen 10. Mm-hmm. But from what I hear, the combat of Legend ZA is the best it's ever been. Real-time combat in a Pokemon game, it feels great. It makes the turn-based combat honestly feel like a little bit inducing. I don't think they will, but I hope they take some lessons from the combat of Legend ZA and apply it to Gen 10 maybe. We don't know, but from what I hear, it's really fun.
So do you think the Pokemon should be real-time instead of turn-based going forward?
In my opinion, yeah, but turn-based combat, I like... but I think my favorite examples of turn-based combat would be in Claire Obscure Expedition 33.
Oh, can we go one fucking podcast without this?
Oh, no, I gotta keep glazing it. All right. That is the best turn-based combat I've ever played, but that's because it includes real-time elements. And this game, it leans really hard into the more real-time aspect with positioning and dodging of moves. And I think that's just, in my opinion, more engaging than turn-based combat. It just feels faster and more active and more thoughtful in the case of Pokemon, that at least.
But are you still getting the meat and potatoes of the whole, rock, paper, scissors gameplay with it being real time? Like, it doesn't detract from it at all?
From what I hear, yes. It has people using moves that they would never use in a regular Pokemon game. Like status effects moves, like Leer, or moves that would lower defense, raise your attack, moves that people would barely use in a regular Pokemon battle. They are now using it in Legend ZA because one, they have to find out positioning, and maybe they're waiting for their opponent to attack so that they can get in a very quick attack with a shorter cooldown time. They can use different moves that they would barely use otherwise.
Yeah, well, and another thing I do think is cool about it being real time is that you're not having to sit through walls of text during battles. So fun fact, the only Pokemon game I've really played is Pokemon Let's Go Eevee. Which I feel like from the people I've talked to that are Pokemon fans probably isn't the best place to start with the series. And maybe it's the reason why I've never really gotten attached to it, because I played like the Yellow remake that's like, isn't the original better than Let's Go?
I've never played it.
I just remember Let's Go being really boring in my opinion, but I don't know if that's controversial or not, but
we're gonna sound like the biggest Pokemon haters. Like we hate everything. We hate Eevee. We hate Pikachu.
Well, last episode we went on record saying we wanted the series to get less sales. So I think we already solidified our place as Pokemon.
Okay, I'm famous for playing 15 minutes of Pokemon Moon and giving up. And then when Pokemon Ultra Moon came out, I'm like, oh, it's got to be better than Moon. I didn't realize it was the exact same fucking thing, so I played 5 minutes of that. And yeah, that was a great use of $40.
I have actually been wanting to play Pokemon Moon because that's one of the ones I own on the 3DS, and I always found the aesthetic
I for some reason got really bored for some at that game. But then I played Sword. I did not finish it. I think I did 7 gyms and just fell out of it. And then Legends Arceus, I really enjoyed that. I actually completed that and had a really fun time. And then Scarlet, I finished it, but it was kind of like well, I've come this far. I might as well just finish it kind of vibe. I've been around the block a little bit. My track record is certainly not the best.
Okay, so moving on, let's talk about Microsoft.
Oh,
yay. My favorite company. Well,
see, we're bonding over our love.
Our love of Microsoft. First, we were ranting about EA, and now we get to talk about Microsoft. Well, specifically, first, let's talk about Halo, because I actually do want to talk about Halo. For anyone that doesn't know, they're remaking Combat Evolved, which was the first Halo game. One of the greatest games of all time, I will say. I'm a big Halo Combat Evolved fan. Another game I want to talk about on the channel at some point. The only reason that's kind of been holding me back is because I don't know how many people even want to hear me talk about Halo, because it's not Nintendo. But, I still want to do it at some point. But, yeah, they're making Halo Campaign Evolved, which it looks beautiful. I was watching the trailer for it. It looks gorgeous. The original game...
Some Halo fans actually do not like how it looks, which we'll get into.
I don't give a fuck, Donovan. I think it looks good.
Do you care about sprinting? Because I certainly don't give a fuck.
No, I'm not passionate. I'm not even talking about the gameplay. I just think that the aesthetic looks nice. Like whenever they were showing, what was the mission called? The one where you're on the beach and then you're going into the like. I like how I was just calling Halo Combat Evolved one of the greatest games of all time, and I forgot what the fucking wait. Hold up, I have footage saved and I have the file name for what. Okay, wait. PC Halo Combat Evolved. The Truth and Reconciliation, I think. No, not that one. The Silent Cartographer. I think that's the one I'm thinking of. Hang on. I'm watching the clip. Is this it? Yes, the Silent Cartographer. Anyway, the one that takes place on the beach at the beginning, that's the specific one where the water effects and the way it looked caught my eye. I'm very excited to see how the remake ends up, holding true to the original gameplay of Halo Combat Evolved. One thing I've always loved about it is a very similar aesthetic to what Metroid Prime originally gave me on the GameCube. Not that these two games are similar, because they are very different. Halo Combat Evolved is much more direct with its storytelling, whereas Metroid Prime was environmental storytelling. Halo Combat Evolved, you are literally a part of an army, and Metroid Prime, you are secluded by yourself. But aside from that, there are a lot of similarities between these two games, and I would love to see how, given how well Metroid Prime Remastered went, how well they were able to do with this one. So, yeah, overall, I'm excited for it. Hopefully this isn't Plants vs. Zombies Replanted all over again, where it shits all over the fucking game. But yeah,
interesting. I think it looks good. I think it looks visually impressive. Some Halo fans, however, I think this game is seen as very divisive, because on my end, I think, oh yeah, it looks nice. Looks like a modern recreation of Halo Combat Evolved. And then you got the other side of Halo fans, which are like, this feels like a Halo mod, like an Unreal Engine setting with like Halo characters plopped in. It doesn't feel true to the environments of Halo 1. It just like, at some areas I kind of get what they're saying, like some side-by-side comparisons of two different areas, they look like two completely different areas. So I can see some of them saying this doesn't feel like a true evolution. It feels like Halo 1 x Halo Infinite, which they don't see as a good thing. Another complaint I hear is that they added sprinting to Halo 1, and some people, sprinting was introduced, I believe, in Halo 4, and it's been a very controversial topic for some reason. Me personally, I don't care. Halo fans when they see Master Chief sprinting, so it's no longer relatable. I don't know why they're angry about that, but I can also see the argument saying this is still not true to Halo 1. They changed like mag sizes. Maybe some designs are closer to Halo 4 than Halo 1. It's very, very divisive. I think it looks pretty.
Yeah, I just like the way it looks. It just looks nice. I am worried about the gameplay changes. Sprinting, I'm not tripping over. That's whatever, in my opinion. But part of the thing I loved about Combat Evolved is the whole idea of you having shield that regenerates after you lose some health, and it encourages you to be able to play more aggressively and, fail sometimes and then respawn back and go in with a different strategy, because you can take hits, lose shield, and then it'll regenerate after a few seconds of you not being hit, and then you also have health that you can regain by picking up health packs. So the actual combat of Combat Evolved was always so intriguing to me, and the AI was really good too for the time. I think Combat Evolved was made 2001. Like the enemy AI, from what I remember, was actually pretty good, and I'm hoping that they don't, ruin the actual gameplay loop of, Combat Evolved. So
yeah, but this is only one half of the story for Combat Evolved, because we have to talk about the elephant in the room.
It's coming to PlayStation.
This is coming to PlayStation
it's coming
5.
To PlayStation.
This is humongous news. It is the end of the Xbox exclusive. I think Microsoft has gone fully third party now. They do offer an Xbox, a physical console, yes, but I think they see the money now in just going third party, putting every one of their games on every platform, and that includes PlayStation. So PlayStation, yeah, you could say they truly did win the console wars.
It's just like, well, okay. I was about to bring up what the White House tweeted, but I don't want to get political. I don't want to get.
You see what GameStop tweeted? Like, what is this country?
Okay. We can talk about this on the show. I'm gonna keep this as non-political as I can. But so GameStop tweeted. Basically, GameStop tweeted, for anyone that doesn't know, they were basically doing this whole comedic little bit about the console wars and how they're fighting for the combatants, right? The gamers are the combatants. This is a demilitarized zone where you are able to escape the console. Like, it was goofy or whatever. And then the fucking White House reposted it with an AI picture of Trump in a Master Chief fucking. Oh my fucking dude! Oh, we are in such a dystopian timeline, Donovan. Oh my fucking.
Anyways, there have been rumors about Microsoft's next Xbox. And this is really interesting because, like, what's the point of buying an Xbox? But let me just say, new info about the next-gen Xbox. Rumored to be $1,000 to $1,500.
Holy shit. Is that actually what the rumor is?
Yes. It is high-end and expensive. No paywalled multiplayer. Okay. Will offer a console UI, but is a full Windows device. Will offer Steam and access to all Steam games, backwards compatible. So what I'm hearing is they're basically selling...
They're selling a PC.
Xbox is going to become, a pre-built PC.
They're selling a PC, basically. Of $1,000?
It is a PC?
I mean, yeah, but like they're not selling it with a keyboard, are they? Like it's still a console.
I don't think
it's not.
Would.
But you said it's basically a Windows integrated device.
It is. So with the Xbox ROG Ally, I've seen some videos on it. It has the Xbox full screen experience, which is just basically the Xbox app in full screen. It is literally it's just a Windows 11 device. And in my opinion, the integration is not that seamless. You have to find like multiple updates for ROG, for Xbox, and for Windows, like 3 separate kinds of updates. And not to mention the fact of the different game launchers. But anyways, this seems to be just a Windows PC, a pre-built Windows PC curated for an Xbox experience. On one hand, this feels like a nice, easy way to get into all types of gaming, whether it's from PC or consoles. This seems like a nice buy if you don't want to build your own PC and have an out-of-the-box experience for gaming. On the other hand,
why would you not just buy a PC?
Yeah, is this really worth?
I don't understand who they're marketing
over
to.
A PC for.
Like who?
Yeah.
Like what is their target demographic? Because if they're going for gamers who want a console, why the fuck would they spend $1,000 to $1,500?
Yeah, you've immediately lost those kinds of people, and there's no exclusives anymore. No more. Master Chief is on PlayStation.
Because it's not like you're paying $1,000 for an incredibly powerful, effectively PC to be able to play your favorite Xbox games, whether that be Forza, Gears of War, which, by the way, no Gears of War on the Xbox Series line of consoles, which is fucking insane, but okay. But I'm not tripping on that, right? Like, there has not been a new Gears of War game? I don't think so.
I don't think so. Their mascots are Master Chief,
which isn't even their mascot anymore.
Yeah, anymore. Barely. And then Forza, so a fucking car.
Pretty much. There's so many Xbox exclusives that they just have abandoned. Like, I mean, we could talk about how they own Rare and have done very little with that company ever since purchasing
They've only
it.
done Sea of Thieves, and that's kind of
yeah. So it's like, yeah. Anyway, whenever we're talking about the demographics of who they're going for and how I don't understand what their plan is, because it seems like they're putting all their marbles in the Game Pass bottle, which is fine if you want to do that. That's fine.
Have you seen those prices?
Yeah. But if you want to put all your marbles in the bucket of Game Pass, I mean, you can do that. But why would someone pay $1,000 for your console then? Because you don't have any game that they couldn't just get on PlayStation or PC. They're selling a PC, but if someone was just wanting to buy a PC, why wouldn't they spend the same price on an actual PC and not a game console? Yeah, I don't understand who they're going for.
Strange. And the way I see it,
I was just gonna say, if that price is also true, I mean, they're pricing out pretty much every console person. Like, I mean, I'm a console gamer. I'm not fucking spending $1,000 on a console. So yeah, go on.
The way I see it, in terms of their games, going third party, Xbox or Microsoft has never made a profit from the console, and they barely make a profit from the games anyways. So I feel like they think, let's not keep our games locked into our Xbox because we are never going to win. Let's just bring them everywhere, so hopefully people buying these games everywhere will increase revenue. In terms of the Xbox console itself, since they never make money off of it, they always sell at a loss. Maybe they just think, one, we're never gonna win. Two, if we're barely selling anything, we could just up the price. And three, maybe we're just targeting a gamer that wants both a console and a PC, and maybe they want like a ultra specific gaming PC that's branded Xbox for some reason. It's strange. Very, very strange. I kind of understand the third-party output, but I don't understand their hardware. I don't know why.
I'm not fully dissing their decision of going third. Like, if they want to be a third-party company, that's fine. Like, you can be perfectly profitable as a third-party company. I mean, look at the copious amounts of massive studios, that have establish themselves as strongholds in the gaming industry as third parties.
I like how Master Chief is basically in the same position Sonic was in.
Oh no. Yeah, so Microsoft is the modern day Sega, basically. Except Sega didn't go on to create a $1,000 console.
Yeah, the thing is with Xbox, at least they have a foot in the door still, even though that foot is actually a toe in like a toenail in the door, like they're barely in it anymore.
It's like they want to go third party, but they just can't commit to the idea of not being a console manufacturer anymore.
Like, they're getting rid of the option of a cheaper, more console priced Xbox. They're just going full on into a gaming PC territory.
Yeah, I don't know. Just like fuck that company. That's all I have to say. They also like fire thousands of employees for AI too.
Yeah, we did talk about this.
They're not exactly the most likable company out there.
I can't wait for Microsoft Copilot to be in my Halo campaign evolved game. They replaced Cortana, and it's now Copilot.
Yes. Okay, so we still have 2 more things to talk about. We're not doing questions this week, by the way. We'll get back to it next week. So don't think that we're if anyone asks questions, don't think that we're ignoring you. We'll get to it with episode 19. Okay, so first, let's talk about Pikmin 4, because they did an update for Pikmin 4, and everyone's kind of been waiting for them to do a performance update for the Nintendo Switch 2, because that's like one of the few drawbacks that people do have with Pikmin 4. And it's the Nintendo Switch 2 is the more powerful Nintendo Switch, where certain Nintendo Switch 1 games are finally getting that usability update that they so desperately needed. So they announced an update for Pikmin 4, and it's basically just like it's what is it? Like it's like a photo mode, and then
so they have photo mode, which I thought was in the game originally, but Nintendo loves their photo modes.
They do. They do love photo modes.
Now it's here.
Which I will admit, as a YouTuber, I do like photo modes because it makes thumbnails. Really, it makes getting thumbnails easier. So like I'm not opposed to it, but go on.
The photo modes are pretty advanced. I'll admit that. They have new difficulty options. I thought that was in the game as well, but clearly I'm not. Clearly I'm a fake fan. Thirdly, they added decor Pikmin, which are things from Pikmin Bloom. They are little Pikmin with specialized decor on them. I wonder how that works, because what if they just get brutally murdered by by a Bulborb? Well, are they just gone from your party? Like, do they? Or does another Pikmin like take its like little decor as like a little parting gift? It like wears its corpse. This is strange. It's just why? Maybe this is not a definitive no, but I don't think they'll make a Nintendo Switch 2 edition of the game. Because if they were going to, why would they release this free update with 0 enhancements?
It's just a very Nintendo moment.
Yeah, it's like, huh? Why now? Just because you released a Cocomelon video featuring Pikmin, you get to make your own stupid little free update? I wish this update had a little bit more, like maybe a new area to explore, because the only thing worthwhile to find is decor Pikmin, which again how'll that work when they die? That's not worth it for me to go back to Pikmin 4, despite playing that game to death. I don't think it's worth finding those decor Pikmin. It's just why
it's just why it's like that who's that one Pokemon pastor is like why okay, so that was not to completely sound like a boomer right now, but okay, anyway. Finally, let's talk about Kirby Air Riders, because people love it. I mean, I feel like this is like Donkey Kong Bonanza all over again, where it's like we see directs of it and then people are like, whoa, this is game of the year. So yeah, we saw another look at Kirby Air Riders, where Sakurai was just passionately talking about what all is going to be a part of the package, and it looks better than Mario Kart World. That's about what I have to say. It just looks better. I'm excited.
It looks really fun. There's so much to do in the game that I can't even remember all of it for this podcast, but I'll go briefly over some things that I can remember. First of them was Top Ride. Sakurai was saying, oh, well, I think people would forget and give us a pass if we didn't include Top Ride. So we did it anyways. So I just think that's very admirable of him.
Yeah.
It's like, it's just more things to do. It looks like a more casual experience for Kirby Air Riders. It's just a more simplified version of the game. Nice to have. Another thing was gummies. He's like... It's like, here's the gummies. You can collect them, and then you can shake them around, and that's kind of it. And like, oh, hell yeah, sure. They added Rick from Kirby's Dream Land 2 and 3. He's a funny, silly little hamster. They added. I've seen this clip on Twitter of, I think his name is Maximilian Dude. I think that's his name. He's like, "Oh, Rick, who the fuck is Rick?" They will add a rock with googly eyes, and they'll be like, "Rocky, Rocky's here," and then like 20 minutes later in the stream, they dead ass introduce a character named Rocky, and which is basically a rock with eyes, and everyone went crazy for Rocky. It's just a funly passionate game, and finally the biggest one is a single player mode, that being Road Trip. I think it's taking cues from World of Light and Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, where you're basically going through a bunch of different challenges in this single player mode. We haven't seen too much of it, but I'm hoping for great things, because there are some very, very high quality looking cutscenes in this game. There's a lot of cutscenes. I think we saw the intro cutscene, and I'm wondering if Road Trip has the same amount of love and care in its cutscenes as Subspace Emissary. Subspace Emissary has been making a comeback in the internet of recent, where everyone's spewing their love for the amazing cutscenes. All those cutscenes are just
including
pure ore farming,
including yours truly with a video on the MrDean channel.
I really hope Road Trip has actual cutscenes and is not a World of Light situation where there's like 2 cutscenes that barely add anything to the game. So I hope Sakurai learns from his mistakes, and if those are actual legitimate cutscenes, this might be Game of the Year.
Okay. You heard it here first. Donovan thinks
I'm partially kidding and not kidding.
It does look amazing.
Really great.
It does look amazing.
It scratches a different itch for racing games for me.
I think it's also making me realize that Mario Kart World is a little disappointing. A little bit. Maybe to get Charlie Mario Power back on the show. but yeah, the direct was great. I love how we get to see Sakurai's really funny sense of humor too with these directs. But yeah, I'm just really excited for the full game. Definitely excited to talk about it on the channel and on the podcast whenever it finally does come out.
Yeah, it looks so jam packed with so many things to do. That logo is still terrible.
Let me look. I forgot what the logo
text. It's not Kirby like. It's more Smash Bros.
Oh, it does. It looks like a Smash logo.
It looks like a temporary logo.
Especially,
it's like,
especially compared to the original.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about the Amiibo really quick?
Go for it.
So the Amiibo, we saw 2 of them, but Sakurai's like, "Oh no, I could only dream of having more." So we made more. There's now a total of 5 Amiibo, and they all they're way bigger than regular Amiibo. They look very high quality prints, and they're modular. You can switch out pieces for different Amiibo parts. It looks super good. $50, however, for each of them. So buying all of them is $250.
I forgot. Well, I know that they've been raising the prices of the Amiibo that they are putting out, but holy shit.
I'll ask for them for as Christmas gifts.
Mom,
Sure.
Can I please get the Kirby Air Riders Amiibo, please?
But I would not purchase them by myself. I'd get them as gifts.
At that price, I don't know if I could endorse people to buy that. That's a little absurd.
The thing is, Amiibos used to be $15, but they also used to look like shit. These Amiibos are bigger. They're definitely of higher quality. They have modular pieces, and they have actual like one of the best Amiibo in-game functionalities ever, which is in line with Smash Ultimate. I think Smash Ultimate and maybe this game probably use Amiibo the best. The thing is, $50 though. This feels more like high quality action figures than toys. I made a video about this, but they made Amiibos used to be toys to life. Now they feel like really high quality like figurines, which they're more collectibles, which that means they would raise the price for more high quality prints. So a part of me understands that. Like I have I have some action, like I have a Batman action figure that looks super high quality. That's $70. This is like $20 cheaper. So like in terms of other action figures, this feels in line. But for like the average person, like the average Nintendo fan that bought an Amiibo like 8 years ago, seeing the jump from 15 to 50, it seems absurd.
Yeah, I don't know about the price, but I do agree that it is cool how they are more like premium.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, good talk. Yeah.
So that's kind of it.
For fuck's sake. Okay, so that is it for this episode of the special hour. But I can't believe we're a legal adult now. Like, that's awesome.
I can't wait for the happy hour.
That's the happy hour. That's gonna be in 3 episodes. So, all right. Donovan, where can the people find you on the internet?
You can find me, DonovanDud, on YouTube. The Nintendo Boys is our Discord server where you can primarily interact with me. You can also find me on Instagram and, unfortunately, Twitter. What about you?
My name is MrDean. You can find me on YouTube, MrDean44. I upload lots of fun little Nintendo stuff, reviews, retrospectives, rankings, discussions. You can also find me on Twitter, unfortunately. I'm on there. I'm on Blue Sky, and I have a Discord server called the Dean Kingdom. You should come join us. It's fun. Bye.
Bye.